Just remind everybody before we get started that this will be recorded and it's public will be made public for everyone. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Consent agenda.
I will make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second?
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed.
Here's the papers for you guys to sign.
Let's see.
Jason did the claims.
You're not on this one.
Oh, did I only send one?
Yes.
No, the other one's payroll.
Oh. Okay. Now we're good.
Okay, everybody's ready minutes. Reorganization.
I was like, what are the chances? And sure, there you
Speaking
go.
of which.
First time in a meeting?
Don't go to a lot of meetings, just these ones. The canvas of the votes.
So it's a little different because the county ran our election. So I gave you guys the summary sheet. So essentially you guys review the summary sheet as the board. That's you canvassing the votes and making sure that there's no questions. They did the provisional ballot count yesterday, but Smith Valley didn't have any provisional ballots. So our numbers didn't change from our original numbers. So that's what our numbers are. And then our new board members were sworn in by Cal Ketchum, the superintendent of schools, yesterday. Because he wasn't able to come to our meeting tonight. Whitefish's meeting is the same day, same time. So he went to that one and swore Joe and Josh in yesterday.
Okay.
So that's all done. So now you guys you get to move to the hot seats. And then you guys get to do the chair and vice chair nominations.
What does overvotes mean?
Like they voted for 3 or 4 instead of the 2. I'm gonna leave this here too, so if you wanna write on it for Ricky. Yeah. Undervotes means they voted for 1 or 0 and sent it in, and overvotes means they voted for more than 2.
We're just checking.
Yeah, well, I think we will.
What do they do when somebody voted for 3? Does it just,
Doesn't count then.
It
Yeah,
just
'cause
doesn't
there's
count
no
at all.
way for them to know which ones to choose, and so it's an invalid vote. And there was a lot. I don't know if you saw that. I mean, not a lot.
Well,
but
they
there
have a
were-
lot of undervotes,
Yeah, a lot of
which
undervotes,
means
and they
it's
just
people
don't
that
count.
didn't read.
Yeah,
and
so they
say,
voted for
oh,
1.
they
They were
voted
like,
for
oh,
one.
I want this person, and then they didn't pick a second person, and then their vote doesn't count either.
Which,
Oh, one
which is
doesn't?
wrong. It
No,
shouldn't
one
be
doesn't.
that way.
Or they could have
Should
voted
be.
for the high school levy and not for trustee candidate.
Right.
Yeah,
That
that's
would be an
maybe
undervote.
true as well, yeah.
Yeah, I thought you could vote for just one.
So you want a motion for,
I don't think we
No, we don't need
have
to
to have
have
a motion. You guys just have to
Election
throw out
is done.
some nominations.
nominate Bob for chair? Second?
Didn't take long. did it?
Nope.
we do chair and then vice chair, or
Vice
do we just
chair,
talk
yeah.
about the whole thing?
Yeah, no, chair and then vice chair.
Who?
Is there anybody else that wants to be the chair?
So I think that one's set, right?
That's
Unless you
pretty-
guys
yeah,
have
Unless somebody
anything.
else wants
You
to.
guys have any discussion about board chair? Okay, then Bob's your board chair.
Okay, I need nominations for a vice chair.
You have any inclination?
I was just say, I'd nominate Jason.
I second that.
Jason,
Okay.
do you have anything to say about that?
No, because I know that Josh and I are both in a predicament, but I'll figure it out.
It's-
You're gonna be here at most of the meetings.
Most of the time I'm gonna be here. The biggest thing is having somebody that's gonna be available to sign checks when I'm not.
Yep.
And I know that you can at least fit that in most.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'll do it. Be happy to.
Sweet.
So we don't need to vote on that either, right?
No, because there's
Do
only
you
one.
need you guys to sign off on the canvas sheet? You don't sign it. This is the old board in the trustee spots. Doesn't really matter.
I do need sign-ups for claims approval.
Yes, and I'm gonna grab a piece of paper that will do that, so, and you need to sign, this is your certificate. Where Cal swore you in over the phone. So you can sign that one. Please, and thank you. Thank you, and I'll get stuff from Josh. at
When
a
you
later
swore
date.
in, Joe, which of your kids did you give up as?
They didn't ask for that.
Oh, no,
did
I
they?
have it, thank you. Okay, so that's,
Yes.
It's usually the first one, right?
and I need a pen. I don't usually need a pen.
Okay, so I need somebody for June because we didn't do June last year because we never know who the board's gonna be. So who wants to do June claims? Don't everybody jump at once.
I can do it too.
Bob, okay. July. Pull out your calendars, boys. We're just gonna walk through every month here.
So that'll be the 15th,
I'll do
right?
July.
It is July 15th, yes. I can give you the actual dates, sorry.
I can do July.
Joe. August 19th.
I can do that.
Was that Cody?
Cody, yeah.
Thanks. September 16th.
I can't do,
You can put me for the 16th, and
Okay.
I might have to haggle with somebody.
And we can throw Josh in here too.
We
You
can-
want me to throw
we can-
Josh on
yeah.
October?
go ahead. And if somebody can't make it, you can always give me a
Yeah.
call and
Yeah.
I could,
I just throw it out in a group
Like
text
today.
like today.
Yeah.
November 18th. December 16th.
I can take that.
Cody. January 20th.
I'll take it.
Jason. February 17th.
Josh.
Josh. Joe, do you want March then?
Sure.
April.
put me on for April.
Okay. And then May is the last one.
Josh. He's not doing much.
That poor sucker.
So-
That's what happens when you don't come to the main
Yeah,
meeting.
He's gonna regret. He's gonna be dialed in here. It's asked me twice if I want to end the meeting because I'm the only one in it.
Okay, so we've signed up for claims.
I'm sorry, I didn't write my dates down. Will you either
I'll
recap
send
that or?
I'll send it. I'll send it out to you guys. Okay, and then new board members for committees, and I have to try to remember.
So Rick and I were on policy,
So
so
we need a new policy committee member.
it's the most exciting committee there is by far. Reading policy.
But you know, we have some great discussions.
It,
We have really good discussions.
it has the best group. I mean, the audience, the participants are by far the best. That didn't sell anybody.
Nope,
around.
it's very, very quiet in here.
Policy's a tough one.
See, how many different
But
committees
it's
do we
not a
have?
legislative year this next year,
So-
correct?
We have policy.
Right, that's.
Because we did legislature this year, so it should be
No,
lighter.
this year will be bad.
Oh, it's this next year? Oh.
They'll be coming out soon as the legislative session has just closed. So we will have a policy meeting soon.
Do you want to take the building?
I would like to be on the building one, yes.
I'll take the policy then. I'll switch.
We did
Yeah.
take one for the team.
There you go. Thanks, Cody.
Well, okay, Rick was on building too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, but
So
Joe's
there's-
taking it.
Right, but there's,
And we just need a community member, because Joe was on as a community member, not as a board member.
so you don't have to get off of this, the building.
Oh, because only one of us,
You
as
can
long
have
as one of
two.
us shows up, we're good.
Right.
Oh, that's
You can
true.
So I'll
have
just
two.
stay on it then.
You just got to be on 2 of them now.
Yeah. It's going the way I, which is
Love
always
those
great.
overachievers.
I'm gonna keep my,
Budget and finance.
budget and finance.
I think that this was it, because I think Rick was only on policy and building,
Okay.
right? And Josh doesn't move, he gets to stay on the ones he was on.
Yeah, unless somebody wants to be off of one of their committees.
Yeah. So I have Cody joining policy and Joe joining building committee. That's not what it's called. Facilities.
Facilities.
I was like, that's not it. That makes more sense.
Should
Okay.
probably remember which ones I'm already on.
I think just building.
See.
No, maybe you're on.
Who else is on the budget?
Public relations, I was on that one.
Josh.
Public relations, that's what it is. Who else is on that one? The PR one? Josh on that one too?
I didn't know there were
It
two of us.
was just Heidi before and then just,
Oh, so
it
it's
was
just
Heidi,
one.
it was Heidi and Jim before
Yeah.
and then,
It's Cody and somebody.
yeah, I don't remember.
I don't know.
Do they ever meet anymore?
Yeah, we meet sometimes, yeah.
Okay, I think that's all we needed for committees.
We can always do other stuff with that. Okay, do we want to rehire Lacey?
I make a motion to, is this, yeah, we need to make a motion to appoint Lacey as our clerk for the following school year.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? You stuck with us.
I'm not sure which way that sentence goes.
Okay. You're up, Dawn.
All right, so, welcome
Well, do
everybody.
we have public comment?
Oh, public comment.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, there is public comment. Forgot about that, sorry. Public comment is a time that you can comment on anything that's not a main agenda item. Do not please mention names or personnel issues. But does anybody have anything to say? Are you sure? Okay. Now you're on.
Thank you, all right.
I knew nobody would want to talk.
So first of all, welcome everybody. I'm glad you're here. Welcome board members. I'm Lacey. So I would like to start by celebrating our staff. So the first thing is Mrs. Specht just completed her Master's of Education in School Counseling. Yay! Congratulations. And it was so fun because she had her graduation cap and everything and had the kids decorated. And so for the 8th grade kids, there was like, oh, she's graduating. It's a big deal because it's a master's. And so she just tied that right in with school relationships for our students. And so that was a great move. Thank you so very much. Congratulations. Second, Mrs. Matulovich, when she became staff member of the month, one of the things she said was that she was going to have a baby. I'm like, you're going to have a baby? And she's like, yeah. She said, my daughter's having a baby. So that
Okay.
baby was born
You worried me there for a
yesterday.
minute.
But that's what she said. She put it in her information about herself. I'm like, this says you're going to have a baby. She's like, yeah, I know.
I am.
So congratulations, she had a granddaughter yesterday, so very exciting. Her daughter had the baby, so of course. And then Mrs. Noble is recovering nicely from her surgery, so that is awesome. So it's worthy of celebrating for all 3 of those ladies. So wonderful thing. Secondly, I'd like to talk about professional development. So our paraprofessionals have this opportunity called the Montana OPI Para Pathways Project. And that started in February 2025, so it's brand new. And what it is a focus on special education modules for our paras, and it's offered free from the Office of Public Instruction, so OPI offers it free. And there are actually 40 modules, and OPI will reimburse they won't reimburse, they will pay our paras $20 for each module that they complete, up to $800 until the funds are exhausted. So we started that, and then during the summer, paraprofessionals have a chance to continue that on their own time. But it's really great because the courses that they offer, the modules that they offer, and I'll just read you a couple. Things like we just did the first 3, a paraprofessional's guide to addressing bullying and harassment involving students with disabilities, a paraprofessional's guide to field trips and extracurricular activities for students with disabilities, and a paraprofessional's role in understanding and contributing to the manifestation determination review process under IDEA. So we did those first 3 at school, and the comments that I got from the paras is that this really pertains to what they're doing and helps them understand working with special education students, and it's not just another thing that they can do for professional development. So I am very excited about this program. They are on what they call the SPED technician track. And so in order to get this $20 for these modules from OPI, that's what they have to sign up for. And it goes with a level 2, which is the coursework through Dawson Community College. And that would be optional. That would be at the paraprofessional's own expense. So we are given these 40 modules, which are free from OPI. And plus it pays the paras a little incentive, which is wonderful. So I'm very excited about it, and it's been a long time coming. They've been talking about it for 3 years. OPI has been talking about it for 3 years, and so it's finally in the works. So I'm very excited about that. But if you need more information, it is the Montana OPI Para Pathways Project, and it's in partnership with Dawson Community College. So it's really great. So I'm glad that we got started. Next, I sent home a letter today. It's informational. It came from Flathead City County Health Department. It's about measles, and it is just an informational letter, just telling all of our families that measles are not yet here in Flathead County, but if they come or if our school has a case of measles, these are the things that they need to be aware of and things that they need that they can do and what our school needs to do. So just a general information letter. It was dated today, May 13th, so I sent it home today, May 13th, because if something happened, they'd be like, you've had this since May 13th. I'm like, so just send it out and just get that information in the hands of everybody, and it's just general information. It's nothing, not like, we are going to do this or that, but it's just things, just an awareness. So I thought it was good for parents to have. So next I'd like to talk about our events. So cross country ends this week, and Mrs. Olson has done a really good job with all of the kids. Missoula Children's Theater was about a week ago, and we originally received a $500 scholarship, and they increased that to $750, so $250 more. We had 2 performances, 193 tickets were sold, a few of those were comp tickets, and we doubled our ticket sales from last year, which is really great. So PTC is still giving $1,500 towards the cost of performance, and it's just a great program for kids. And so with the extra money, we are hoping to fund meals for our next performance for all the students, so they don't have to have something, but we'll have food for them in school. So we're hoping for that. And down the road, my hope is that this will become a lucrative thing for our school, and we can perhaps offer some theater camp scholarships in the summer, so start some kind of a fund for kids to get them interested in the fine arts. So that is my hope. But in the meantime, we have money for food for next time, so that's really awesome. And then I'd like to thank our PTC, because we had Teacher Appreciation Week this past week. And they were amazing, as they always are, and they made everybody feel comfortable. They recognized all of our staff, the classified and the certified staff. They provided food, they provided games and competitions, and it was just fun, and they always do a great job. Next, we have some field trips coming up, 8th grade history trips to Deer Lodge Prison and Museums, a trip to the Missoula Smoke Jumper Center and Fort Missoula, and a fun trip to the Amazing Fun Center. And the 7th and 8th grade girls are going to have something called Girls Powering Your Future at Flathead Valley Community College. So that event has a different name every year, and it's about being career-oriented. And then we will also have the Amazing Race for 7th and 8th grade, which is super fun. May 15th, coming up this week on Thursday, is our talent show at 2 o'clock. We have our scholarship awards presentation on May 21st. So we're giving 2 scholarships this year. Mrs. DeLong is the presenter. May 23rd, a middle school dance, again supervised by the PTC and Mrs. Specht. I'm assuming that you're involved in that because you were last time. You did a fantastic job with that. And then the Kyla track meet, and if you're not, no, it's fine if you're not. May 30th, the Kyla track meet. June 3rd, 8th grade graduation at 6 p.m. Last day for students, the 10th. It's an early out of June, and then last day for staff, June 11th. Summer school begins June 24th, and we have 25 kids so far signed up for that. It's space for 30. So that is my report for that. And finally, staff member of the month, and I have not announced it yet, so I want to just let everybody know I tallied the results today. So individual recognition for being professional and trustworthy, Mrs. Boyle, Mr. Connors, Ms. Martin, and Mrs. Scalaney. For being approachable, Mr. Sutter. For being adaptable and flexible, Mrs. Scalaney. For following school policies and procedures, Ms. Evanson and Mrs. Matt. For being a team player, helpful and supportive, Mrs. Scalaney. For being a good communicator, Mrs. Lofgren, Ms. Martin, and Mrs. Scalaney. For seeking to self-improve, Ms. Olson. For being patient yet expecting accountability, Mr. Connors. For being involved in the school leader, Mrs. Boyle. For demonstrating understanding of child development, Mrs. Specht. And our staff member of the month is Mrs. Jenny Scalaney. So congratulations to her. Woo-hoo. So she will receive school-wide recognition tomorrow. She'll get a bulletin board feature and reader board recognition, a certificate of achievement. She'll get a gift card, either a coffee gift card or a Cold Stone Creamery gift card from myself, and preferred parking. So very cool. I'm excited. So congratulations. Lots of good things going on.
That was pretty fast. That was a big report.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Lucy?
Okay. I don't have much because next month is really the big one. But you can see that not only did we get another deposit, but it was actually positive before the deposit this month for Fund 170, if you guys are tracking that one as closely as I am. So yeah, we're gonna finish out the year in the plus side on that. So again, be thinking this summer about what we wanna do for the rates on that. But just, we're not gonna address it tonight, just kind of be thinking about it.
What month did we vote on that last year?
I feel like it was late, like July, but I would like to try to do it as soon as possible, like June, because it's good to get the information out.
Is that the after school?
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Fund 170 is the PJ Club. So,
Was there a recommendation? I know we talked about
not
it
yet,
last.
not yet. We just were kind of discussing, mostly just think about what makes sense. It's on the website too, so go read the website and see what you think about how we're currently doing it. We were just talking about I was talking about potentially getting rid of the 10 versus 12. Judy said it's not hard from their perspective, and Trish is here too, and Tracy, they could give feedback from the office perspective. So I don't know if that is hard to manage or not. Judy said it's not a big deal, but she wanted to definitely address the late, the kids coming for 5 minutes or 10 minutes because they're being billed for a whole hour, which.
And they won't pay it. If you have 4 kids
Yeah.
and you're being billed $48 for 5 minutes, I mean, there should be some consequence, but.
Yeah, but they're not paying $50 for 5 minutes. So just brainstorming ideas for how to address that. So
best thing that I would recommend is, like I said, go to the website, read how we're currently operating PJ Club, and then I'll put it as an action item or the discussion / action for our June meeting. And then you guys can throw out some ideas. It'd be good if other people come to that meeting if they have suggestions with how that should go. Because I think it would be a good time to just, and then if you guys can't make a decision next month, then you could make a decision in July and it would still be in time. So.
Have you got any numbers from the legislature at all yet?
Numbers? No. But the STARS Act got signed by the governor,
Yep.
Yeah.
Know that.
so we got that going for us. But no, not yet. Nothing yet.
Was curious, because there's a lot of changes in the way they're
Yes.
doing some of this stuff, so.
Yeah, and
Maybe good, maybe bad, until we see.
Yeah, and if you were somebody that qualified for the STARS Act, your numbers are even more delayed from OPI, like your budget, your preliminary budget numbers, because they're having to recalculate everything now because it's completely changing everybody's funding that's doing the STARS Act, and the majority of the schools are choosing to operate under the STARS Act. So it'll be interesting our May and June time and how we're gonna try to hit budget time, because I won't have my preliminary data from them. I don't have it yet. And I don't know when I'm gonna get it, so we shall see. I think it's gonna be a little slow this time though.
Hold your breath.
Yeah, no thanks. I like to survive. Enrollment didn't change from April to May, which is good. We shouldn't be having a lot of changes this late in the year. And I think that's all I have, unless you guys have any questions.
Okay. We got a very short letter of resignation.
Yes, so Miss Watson is moving, and she said that she's, sad that she's leaving us, but she has to move on, so she's moving. She's moving far away. So, yeah. So I accepted her letter on behalf of the board with appreciation.
Not much we can do, we can't say no.
No.
No, you may not go.
Okay, we'll move on to the action. There's a bit of that. First we'll go through the personnel stuff. First one is increase of counselor position from 0.75 to 1.
I'll make a motion to increase the counseling position from 0.75 to 1 FTE. Second.
You sure you want to do that?
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. So, renewal of tenured staff.
I'll make a motion for the renewal of all tenured staff. Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Everybody's rehired. Renewal for non-tenured certified staff. We have to do those one at a time.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll make a motion for the renewal of Joshua Eastman, 4th contract. Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next one, Crystal Evenson.
I'll make a motion to renew Crystal Evanson, 4th contract. Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
And Shailene Speck.
I'll make a motion for the renewal of Shailene Specht, 2nd contract.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Joe
Okay.
just
Joe did.
had to change what I
Keeping you honest.
Keeping me awake over here.
I'll make a motion to approve FY '25 extra duty contract for the 8th grade trip for DeLong.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Consideration of renewal or non-renewal of business manager.
I will make a motion to renew Lacey as our business manager.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
We talked about that.
Aye.
He hasn't been asking for any discussion, so you just don't
Nope.
get any.
Most of it there's no discussion to be had. When there's discussion to be had, I will ask. Okay, in fact, right now.
Gotta make a motion.
On that note.
I need a motion for a wage increase and contract change for our business manager.
I will make a motion for the approval of the business manager wage increase contract changes 2025 through 2026.
Now, I'm going to assume everybody has read this contract proposal.
I have.
Is there any discussion?
Wait, did we get a second?
Second.
Now is there any discussion?
I would just like to add, even though I have no voice in your part of this, I would like to add that last year, Lacey, you took a quarter, right, 25 cents, and so she's worth every penny, so.
What, anybody do the quick math on percentage increase on this? Because yeah, it was only a 25-cent last year.
Yeah,
It's 50 cents this year, so if we go up to 25 cents a year,
We'll just keep it at 25 cents.
yeah, we'll just keep, next year it'll be 75. and then-
oh, okay. Now I follow what you're doing.
No, that's a small percentage for everything she does for us. She keeps us out of legal trouble and all that other stuff, and she's really good at writing emails for me. Because I don't do very well at that stuff.
The only discussion that I have that I know that you guys didn't think about, because I didn't think about it until yesterday, is I didn't have an evaluation this year. And it was because of the transition, because Rick was the board chair, and so I think it's just been a crazy, like, several months of that whole,
Do you want an evaluation?
so.
Do it right now.
I'm more letting you guys
Right,
know, because
yeah.
I work for you guys, so
Right.
I'm informing you that it didn't take place, so.
Right.
If
we-
that's something, it doesn't, I don't think it even says
Theoretically, we don't
in
have to
there.
do a
I was gonna say, I don't think it
There's
says
nothing
in
in the
my
contract
contract.
says we have to do an evaluation on
Correct.
this.
I'm just
My
pointing it
personal
out so it
feeling is
doesn't go.
that you have, like I said, you've kept us out of trouble, you keep us going in the straight line, so.
Yeah, you're invaluable.
I second that.
Well, I've worked with people that weren't
Yeah.
good clerks, so.
My only thought is, how does this compare to other schools with the same position? Because I feel like 50 cents isn't enough. Because you do quite a bit and keep us out of legal trouble, which is a pretty big deal.
So one
do we
thing we
approach
could
this?
always do is we could table the contract, the agreement, we could table that until the next meeting if you guys want to think about that.
This doesn't take effect until,
It doesn't take effect
But
until July.
But for discussion.
Yeah, the other thing that you could do is, part of why I didn't ask for very much, because I'm the one that brought it forward the proposal, right? Everything's really up in the air with our budget this year. And I'm just so budget conscious, which is why I only asked for 25 cents last year. So I appreciate your comment, and I appreciate everybody's comments. You guys are awesome. But I don't feel comfortable asking for more than the 50 cents until we have much more solid numbers, and frankly, maybe not at all this year. Obviously, I'm not gonna turn down somebody wanting to give me more money. I would be silly, but that's why the proposal's only for a 50-cent raise. So just so that you have that.
and we
information.
do always have that option to stipend her if we feel she needs to be afforded more.
Because we really won't, it'll be months before we have better numbers.
Right.
So,
Right. I think this is a comfortable number that we know, we know we should be able to be inside of our budget with this. Could totally change.
so I'm good with the numbers. I would like to relook at it though, when we have a better budget and kind of get situated. So, did we already make a motion to accept it?
We do, Lacey, we do pay you mileage and stuff too, right?
Correct. It's in there as well.
So we pay according to government
Cell phone
reimbursement.
The mileage, yeah, I didn't receive, so the mileage, I did reimbursement forms the first year I was here, and so then I took an average of what that was and figured out a number. It's basically for running back and forth to town to do deposits or go to the county superintendent's office or go to meetings or things like that. That's what the mileage is for.
Okay.
So that's where I came up with those numbers. They haven't moved since year one, the mileage and the cell phone numbers.
Okay,
Get her
Well-
bike. That way she doesn't have to.
Environmentally friendly.
I just put
and there are,
units.
Cody, there's also the raises on annuities and stuff too that.
Yeah.
Correct, yeah, yep.
So, if there's no more discussion, I will ask for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? There you go. Beat on 'em.
Thank you, guys.
Just for full transparency, still no Josh out here, obviously, so.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep the meeting going. See if there's like a-
Just to see.
So much
See if
more.
there's like a 2-hour time limit.
Okay. It's in here because we put it in every time, or you got any new discussion on the trainer building, or we're just gonna
We did not set a meeting.
We did not. It is just in here every time. they
Later on the
answer your
agenda to
question.
schedule the meeting?
Oh,
Right,
okay.
So we can,
So no
And-
change, no change.
And really, I mean, it's something that we're gonna put in here every time in case somebody comes up with some great amount of money or ideas to all of a sudden make, but
Yeah, if somebody wants to do
it
that.
is serving a purpose right now. It's not costing us anything to serve that purpose, so. The small amount of money it's taken to keep it from freezing to death, but other than that, it is serving a purpose. You're making good use out of it, so.
If anything changes with it, all of a sudden you notice water or, something.
Anytime it rains, I go look through it. I haven't seen anything.
I think it's way better than
Yeah.
a lot of people were giving it credit for.
Josh
look at
just got
that.
online.
There's
Hey,
Josh.
Josh.
Can you hear us?
I can, sorry guys, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, alright.
A little bit of a,
Got a little reverb going there.
you're picking me up twice. Are you on your phone and your computer?
No, I gotta mute this here real quick.
Yeah, I can't hear you, but
No, you don't need to hear me. I don't have nothing to say.
we
It's actually
are,
working right now.
yeah, our action agenda.
C.
C.
So we're gonna go through those agreements that we have to sign in order to stay accredited. I'll take a motion on Northwest Montana Schools multi-district interlocal consortium participation agreement. My goodness, come on.
I'll make a motion for the fiscal year 26 Northwest Montana Schools Health Multi-District Interlocal Consortium Participation Agreement.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any discussion about this?
This is the same one we do.
It's every year.
Yeah,
The
this-
next couple of them are all gonna be stuff that we don't have a choice, really. I mean,
This
we do,
one-
but we don't.
Yeah, this one's for health insurance. This is the Health
Right.
Insurance Consortium, and I did go out to bid again this year, as I do every year. And this is sad, but the Health Consortium increase this year is gonna be a 15% increase on our health insurance rates, and our dental and vision are not increasing, nor is our life. So just health, and that was the best rates that we could find. I went out to bid, we bid 4 or 5 different options outside of the consortium, and they beat it hands down every
Yeah,
time. So-
it's not something that I think that we will ever get a,
Well, potentially next year, if the state health for schools goes through. So
Right.
I don't know if you guys remember that from legislature 2 years ago, but it's now going into effect. So we had to say if we were interested in participating, which we are interested in participating, depending on what the rates and whatnot come back at. So they're supposed to put that together this year, and it would go into effect next year in FY '27.
26, 27.
So we'll just see. Hopefully it's awesome, like the county healthcare. Hopefully it will turn out to be something awesome like that. But we have to hold on to the consortium for at least one more year, because it was the best we could do.
Okay. Any more discussion about this? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Crossroads, Evergreen and Flathead Crossroads interlocal agreement.
I'll make a motion for the fiscal year 26 Evergreen Flathead Crossroads interlocal agreement.
Second?
This is another one that we really don't, we can't provide our own, so. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, now we have special aid co-op, two different programs.
And these are both required, correct? This isn't an option. It's not an either or, it's a, there might be an option if we approve it, but it's not choose one or the other.
No, we need to have both of these.
Yeah.
And so it's for our high needs preschool children and for high needs communication.
I'll make a motion to approve the preschool program.
Second?
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I need a motion on the STARS communication program.
I'll make a motion to approve the STARS communication program.
And it's STAR.
Star, sorry.
Yeah, just the reason I said that is because of the STARS Act, and this is the STAR
STAR,
communication program. Yes, thank you.
I'll second.
Did Cody make that motion?
Yes.
Sorry.
Am I going too fast for you?
No, I had created them. I thought you were gonna motion them together, so that was my fault.
Oh. Well, they were both highlighted, so I thought we had to do them separately.
It doesn't matter. You guys are all good.
Okay. Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Joe needs a shorter last name though.
Just put Joe H.
H.
Okay, now. We need to make a resolution to have Flag County election administrator administer our next school election next year.
I'll make
We'll be
a,
doing this up soon. She wants to know.
No, you actually have to do it in May. You have
Oh, really?
to have to do it at your May board meeting. It's actually pretty funny because I had it on our board agenda, and a email went out amongst the clerks yesterday, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, we have to have this approved every May," and they're like, "I left off my agenda," and I'm like, "I didn't." It's on my agenda. By the way, just as an update about our election too, we did have a ballot box here. I don't know if you guys knew that, but we had a ballot box here, just like we always have in every other election, because that was part of what we decided to do, obviously, in the transition. But we only accepted 41 ballots at our location this year. So,
Did we have a judge too? Did we pay a
we
judge
did have
to
a
be at
judge.
that ballot box?
No, we just had the office. It's
Okay.
the office staff. I oathed everybody in the office, so they we're election administrators to help be there with the ballot box. But yeah, we only accepted 41 ballots, and then I filled out a survey with the county to let them know how many we accepted at our site, and I think that they're gonna look at not having sites if it's that few, because we had 1,200 votes, you know, or 600, what is it, 640
600
ballots?
ballots.
600 ballots, and we only took in 40 of them on our premise, so it doesn't really net out to do that, but we'll see what they say. But that, just so that everybody knows that that's what happened this year,
But we
so.
did take quite a few that very last day. We
The
took quite a
last day,
few.
the first
Yeah.
week, I think it was, what was it, 7 and then 3, or 3 and
So-
then 7?
So maybe the thing to do is just have a box on
On election day.
day.
Yeah, maybe.
You're always gonna have those people that can't get into town and
Want to drop them off, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be
It was nice when they had their little drop box in the alley.
yeah. They have to be manned now.
Yeah. And I don't have a problem with that, it was just easier.
Yeah,
So, okay.
yeah, so you have to pass the resolution
I
every
need
year.
I need a motion to,
I'll make a motion to approve the resolution 25-3, request for Flathead County Election Administrator to conduct the fiscal year 26 annual school election.
Second.
okay. I think it worked great this year, we didn't have to do anything, so.
It went very smooth.
If there's no other discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I'm gonna hurry real quick one time so you can say aye to opposed. Okay, summer school program, we just need to approve the program itself.
I'll make a motion.
We have numbers and teachers, we just have to approve paying the teachers, and funding the program will be,
So we got it out of Title I.
right,
I found the line where it said we could do that.
okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the 2025 summer school program.
I'll second.
Any discussion? I know that my granddaughter loved this summer school program when she was able to come down here, so.
How many students were enrolled? Or,
25 so far, and they have space for 30.
and that's where we've been in the past, is 30?
So that is what I put in for this summer and last summer also, and so it's a more of a remedial program. The summer school program is not just for any kids, it's for kids that really need the assistance. So, yeah, so we came up with a number of 30, and we can comfortably serve them well.
And so since you've got the money out of Title I, are you gonna put in for the grant at all then, or?
So Title I, we put in for it every single year. We fill out the information, and I always do what I can do as far as finding every little
Right.
piece, yeah, so.
Because we can always use that Title I money somewhere else if we don't have to. Cool, okay.
Yeah, if we didn't have the Title I, we wouldn't have this year. So, yeah, so we're lucky.
Okay, moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay. This is the one I had a question about.
So I'll make a motion to approve the STS Education PC bid.
Second.
And is this the only bid we got?
It's not the only bid we got, but I did look into prices, like say on Amazon. They're actually more on Amazon. STS is usually who we get all of our, Josh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Who we usually get our devices from. They come with the licenses, warranty. So I think the warranties are up to a year. We can send things back if we need to. I feel more comfortable going with them than I do going on Amazon. But I did look into other prices, and these guys did come in cheaper actually. So, and it's a apples for apples, replacing the PCs that are utilized right now, because they are all going out of date with updates and security this October the 14th, I think, which huge security vulnerabilities. I mean, there's a whole list of things, so it's
And these are all Windows
highly,
11.
highly
so they're-
suggested, so that we can keep everything running smooth. I've gotten to go to a lot of cybersecurity seminars this year, and we really, really need to take it serious. So,
Mhm.
yeah, there's a lot coming up that now is not the time to share, but this is kind of one of the many things.
Have you had to pay your toll yet?
My toll?
Oh, I got that one.
Is that
For
a,
the-
is that a new scam?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
I
And it got me, almost got me.
Trish got to go to the last one with me, and it is amazing
Glacier Bank.
how well, yeah, Glacier Bank put it on. Thank you. That was awesome.
It was awesome.
The AI that's out there right now that duplicates, it looks authentic. And really, I wish I could just go into details with you guys, but we really need to, passwords, multi-factor authentication. We need to do a lot of things a little bit differently here, which I would love to put into effect for fall school year.
Talking about the AI, there was even an AI generated House Bill 252, which was the STARS Act that just went through. So it was AI generated, and I found some stuff in there like, what do they mean this and what do they mean that? So I contacted Rob Watson, who is the president of the School Administrators of Montana, and he did some research. He's like, nope, he said that is AI generated. He said this is the official bill, the most recent, but he's like, this is AI generated, so you just gotta be so
Yeah, you gotta be
careful.
careful.
Apparently I
There was a
drove
gal-
through Montana and didn't
There
pay
was a
my
gal-
tolls on their toll roads. Yeah.
Got a phone call and it sounded exactly like her daughter and she needed money and she sent money to this address.
That was part of what we got to learn about too. You
Yeah.
can make somebody look like yourself, sound like yourself. But anyways, and being mindful, you guys too, because you have school organization emails, and really, so we have a great firewall with DCS, and it's actually going to take an operator within our school that could be a threat to us by clicking a phishing email. So we really have to be mindful of the emails that we're looking at, and like a W replaced by two V's, for instance.
Yep, always check
two
your-
I's
always
being replaced
check
by
that.
lowercase L's,
But,
things like that. So just really, if you're not sure, call Lacey. Call
The
me.
toll almost
Let
got
one of
me
us know.
because I had just been through a toll road in Seattle.
Gotcha.
See, and I hadn't been out of Montana, so I was pretty sure I hadn't.
I got all the way to the point where I realized that it said Virginia on it instead of Seattle, and that got me. But I had to cancel my card after that. Okay, so yeah, now if we have to replace them, we got to replace them. So I will take.
Thank you. It's not a very often replacement, so.
When was the last time, Kelsey?
We've been using the same, this is my 11th year combined volunteer, everything, subbing, coaching, and they've been the same that long.
Now, are these all for the kids, or are these all for?
These are staff members.
Okay.
So our Chromebooks are sitting pretty good right now. And I always go through every summer and get the outdated ones, really outdated ones out of inventory. So yeah, we were able to purchase some last year, but I think technology funds. But
Okay. Do we have a second?
Yeah, you just need a vote.
Okay. Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
thank you.
Josh just voted against it. Social studies curriculum. Dawn, you want to do some explaining?
Yes, so this curriculum is called My World Interactive. Fifth grade already has this curriculum, and it is just phenomenal, and this would be for grades 3 and grade 4. The curriculum program is amazing. It is exciting. It is fun for the kids, and so it makes them want to learn. It's full of a lot of projects and a lot of hands-on type activities. The curriculum that 3rd and 4th grade currently has for social studies is really awful. I mean, the books they're falling apart, and they're like these little yellow paperback things, and they don't have current information in them. So it would be great for our kids to be able to have this curriculum. So this proposal is for a 6-year curriculum. It includes a digital component, and it includes books that the kids would get every single year. So all of the curriculum that they make these days is
So we don't have to renew
resources.
anything every year?
So no, this is
Or-
a 6-year. In this quote is professional development, $750. And at the very bottom of the quote is another 3-hour training, which is $1,500 for 3 hours. I'm like, I don't think we need that. We just do
Thank
the
you.
professional development. So,
Thank you.
so the total is $6,863, and it would be so great. The 3rd and 4th grade teachers have looked at this curriculum and they like
And
it.
this is coming out of our curriculum?
This is
fund?
coming out of curriculum, yes. Yep.
Okay.
If somebody is gonna make the motion, will you make it for the 6863 so that we have it in writing that we're not picking up that
Not
additional
picking up the option.
1550? If somebody's making a motion.
So just move that to approve this.
I'll make a motion to approve the social studies curriculum 6 years for grades 3 and 4 at $6,863.
Thank you.
Second?
Okay, does anybody else have anything to?
The question I have is, you said the digital component is included.
Yes.
Do we have to have a digital component?
Yes, we do have to have that digital part because it has like maps and all kinds of resources that go along with the program. Otherwise, you're paying for extra printing, and it's a lot of extra printing, so yes.
Are we allowed to print off of this program?
So the teacher would have some things that, yes, they can print off of,
Okay.
and a lot of it, so the kids get a book, they get a
workbook.
paper resource that goes along with it for each section, yes. And then when the teacher needs to print off different activities and maps and things, we can do that.
That's the ones that bug me is when they can't.
Oh, yeah, no, this is with permission.
Okay. Any other discussion? Okay. All in favor of new social studies curriculum for 3rd and 4th grade?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. This is renewal for our reading program for 3rd and 4th grade.
So the renewal for the reading is for grades K through 2. When I first started working here, we had just purchased this curriculum, and I didn't realize it was only a 3-year curriculum, because usually I would get like a 5 or 6 year curriculum, but this is for 3 years. So it is time to renew the student resources. So the cost is much less than the initial cost, which was $35,000. So to get 3 more years out of this. The amazing thing is the kids have grown so much because this Into Reading curriculum doesn't just do reading, it brings in social studies, it brings in science. It's like reading across the curriculum. So it's really an amazing curriculum, and it includes writing. There's so many great things about this curriculum. So I recommend the 3 more years for that. So and we've had training, we've had people come to the school and train our staff, and it's amazing curriculum.
I'm sorry, Don, did you say the original was $35,000?
Yeah, curriculums tend to be very expensive when they cover, and the sad thing about this is only three grades and 3 years. But they do tend to be very expensive because you don't just use books anymore. It's not like it used to be where you just had to comb your math book and
a paper cover.
yeah, and made a paper cover so you didn't ruin anything.
And the other thing about this particular curriculum for these grade levels is they have like a write and response journal, they have comprehension journal, they have all these different journals that go along with this, so the kids are using all of these little books all the time, which is one of the reasons that when they first started it was so expensive. Plus, I have a feeling that the program was brand new when they first started, and so I think since then prices have come down, because when we subscribed last year to 3 through 6, it wasn't as expensive as this K through 2. So, but 2, they don't have the number of printed resources for the older grades. But the kids have been so successful, and there's just been a huge change in our math growth, and I think we should continue with it for sure.
So do we have the digital student licenses today?
So the digital student licenses we currently have, yes, and this also includes that.
Are we using them today?
Yes, yes, and I asked, so the ones that aren't using them are kindergarten, so I took those off. Yeah.
The other thing that I saw in this quote is the shipping is over $2,000.
Yes, and
That
I
seems
asked
incredibly
for
high.
a reduction in that
Okay.
shipping, so I haven't heard back on the reduction in the shipping, but I did ask for that.
Where are they shipping it from?
But I did ask
China on a
for a
plane.
reduction. So I haven't heard anything, and I will send them an email, so.
$2,000, I'll take a vacation and go pick it up.
Maybe they're taking a cruise while they do it.
Okay, I need a motion.
Make a motion to approve into reading renewal for 3 years, grades K through 2.
And 3 years is as much as they'll go.
No, you could go more, but I would like to, at that time, see what's out there, because that would have been 6 years with the same curriculum, so I want to see what else is out there. And if the teachers want to stick with this, they can stick with it. And then it comes a point, but it depends on every curriculum that they will, it fades away into the night, so you can't get it anymore. And that's happened to us in the past with other curriculum materials. But this, I think, is still going to keep going. So if teachers want to keep going with it after 3 years, we can find out.
It'd be very interesting. I wish some of those teachers were here, just to, okay.
Is this something, if we got a reduction in the shipping and handling, that we'd have to re-vote on?
Good question.
But I'm going to
No,
push
because
for
there's
that.
nothing in
Yeah.
here there's nothing in this quote that we're omitting, right? Everything in the quote, so we don't have to put a number, a dollar amount on the motion.
And I've had success before asking different companies for reductions in shipping charges, and I've usually gotten it. So, by like 60% sometimes. So I'm hopeful.
Perfect. Yeah, that's the one number that bothers me.
Yes, I get
Yeah,
it.
well,
I get it.
it's ridiculous.
There's a motion currently, but no second.
Yeah.
Second.
Okay. Is there any other discussion? Seeing no discussion, I'll proceed to vote. All in favor of the renewal of the reading curriculum?
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
Motion passes. Okay. Go Math.
So the Go Math is for grades K through 5. They currently have been using it for 2 years, this particular edition of it. They've used it historically in the past. So I'm requesting a 2-year renewal, because at the end of 2 years, I want to see what else is out there, because everything changes, and you get to a point you want to just see if there's something better, and if there isn't, then you keep the same thing, so which is why I'm limiting it to 2 years.
Kim was teaching Go Math when she was a
And-
4th grade teacher.
Yep, and so it's been around for a long time. It's a reliable series. And so this, I think, is the 2019 edition that they have right now. But students are doing well with it. That combined with what Ms. Evanson got for the reflux and the fracts, kids are doing well with math. They're doing well. So I'm recommending 2 years, not 3 or longer, just because I want to see what else is coming up. And we have to have those resources. Either way, we have to have some kind of math, because they're out of the
Right.
student resources.
I want to ask about this digital license again, because that's almost $8,000 of this $10,000 quote.
And again, I asked kindergarten, I said, do you guys use it? They're like, no, we're not using it at all. And this is for grades K through 5.
But are the other grades using it
Yes,
to the full extent?
well, they're using it regularly, yes.
That's part of our having Chromebooks.
Wait, so are you getting a new quote without the kindergarten digital one, or are you?
So is it not here without?
It's on here,
Oh, it should be.
$1,230.
Because they don't use that. Yeah, I'll have to get a new quote.
Oh, wait, let me
those digital
I
thought it was
licenses,
under
okay?
normal
Yeah.
rates.
I'll have to get a new quote, so we can table this. Yeah, I'm sorry, my apologies.
Yeah, $1,230.
Look at Joe, catching things right
Good job.
Way to go,
Nice.
Joe. Okay,
I will get a new quote for that,
I'm gonna
sorry.
table this item then.
We need the vice president.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Unfortunately, he's not here. We're into correspondence now. Unfortunately, he's not here, but if he was here, I would thank Rick for his years of service to the school. And
He's traveling, or else he would be.
so, is there any other correspondence that anybody has? Okay, special discussion. Okay, we need to schedule some meetings. Do you really want to schedule a budget and finance meeting before we have any numbers?
Probably not. I was hoping I'd have them by now.
Well, I know how this, yeah, and like you said, we're gonna be way behind.
I could just
because-
make a note that I'll send
Because
out.
they have changed so many. I was really surprised how much of the funding stuff they were working on changing. I don't know what all passed and what didn't, but,
I just made a note that said I'll send out an email to schedule this meeting once OPI releases the preliminary budget numbers.
okay, cool. You guys can certainly schedule a facilities committee meeting anytime you want. Keep in mind, we don't even have to deal with Building 300. There's other things I'm sure you've seen that need, I know that we need to deal with some siding on that east end or west end of the school.
Places all the way around actually, but, not as bad as that end, but.
Yeah, I think that end takes the most heat, and sun and wind. But we definitely need to think about spending some money this summer on maybe some painting and re-screwing the siding. I think it's all nailed in, and maybe what we need to do is think about going into it.
On this building?
Yes, on this building, especially on that end. That siding's literally coming off. I mean, those nails are all rusted and coming backwards.
Well, the facilities committee is supposed to put together a plan, right?
Yeah, they can,
10-year plan.
we can do a nice big walkthrough and talk about ideas and things we notice and prioritize, yeah.
So, facilities committee, both of you, and you're here, so that's good. And you and I are here, so we can figure out a date for that one.
Okay.
So my only question, the amount that needs done, is that something like, will it be a 3-hour meeting? Or
No.
because me and Joe are out of the loop, so could we come in and?
I think like the first meeting probably would be like maybe 45 minutes to an hour, where we walk through and look at all the things, and I can tell you everything that I've learned since I've been here, and things and Jay too, things that he's noticed, and things that are obviously upcoming, like, well, we heard that this will only be good for a couple more years, so you have to plan ahead for a budget for that kind of stuff, so.
Personally, I'd like to spend a little more time than that.
For the first meeting?
For walk arounds, checking everything out, so.
And maybe what we could do is, because it's mostly for me and you
Yeah.
that we need to spend time, is all of the stuff that, like this summer work, we'll do during the meeting, but then the 10-year plan, if you figure out, HVAC, that kind of stuff, how are we looking?
According to the people that come out and look at that stuff, it needs replaced. But
But they're always gonna tell you that,
Yeah.
and they're always gonna say that.
So if we can maybe come in, we'll meet with you and try to figure out, hey, how old is this equipment? How old's the one in the gym? And go through, and then the stuff that we plan on fixing this summer, we'll discuss at the meeting.
Right.
That work?
Yeah, such a.
And then I'm available too, anytime you guys wanna come and just walk through with me, I'm available for you.
The HVAC probably in the gym is gonna be the stuff that's, that one in the corner is probably, well, this building's what, 25 years old.
This is the next one.
But we really need
When
That
somebody to
HVAC
do
in
the
that
equipment.
one is probably 35 years old.
But that one in the
Oh, we
gym's
got-
been here the whole time I've been here. That's 23.
Good.
Yeah, no, it's 35%,
Especially
Yeah.
not
Monday
bad.
to Wednesday.
The one in the
Yeah,
corner, the
that's
in the
one,
gym.
the one in the far corner, yeah.
We're open Monday to Wednesday next week.
Okay.
Anything for you guys?
I think as far as that kind of stuff goes, there's gotta be a list of the equipment. In fact, I think our comfort system has that, a list of all of our equipment.
Yeah.
And then it should have the dates. They should be able to gather all, it might even be in the last report
I
that
believe it probably
you
is.
got from them.
I
That would
know-
be a
I
good
know
place to
those
start, because
people-
then we could get them on a schedule
Right.
of, that would help with the 10-year plan.
I know those people like to say, well, you need to replace
Oh,
it,
yeah,
but if you're
always.
not having problems with it and we're keeping them clean.
Yeah.
I am
And we do a
available.
cleaning on these every year, right? These
Well,
singles.
every year.
Twice a year, don't we, or just once?
I think it's
It's
twice. I think it's twice. They come out twice.
Twice, okay. Yeah, so they come out twice a year.
I think we had more problems with them right after they put them in.
But this Friday does.
We had a fire in the one in Marie's room. They took them 3 times coming out here to find it. I meet them down here and they take their little gun.
Preliminary.
Well, there's no hot spots and then
So
they'd
that's
leave
why I
and
was
I'd
in
get
next week.
another phone call and I'd come back down here and meet them. Oh, finally made them come in the building and we walked into that room and it was, you could smell. It was just wiring burning.
Yeah.
So I'm available Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, not Thursday.
I can
Not
do
Tuesday,
Monday.
Wednesday.
I could do Monday or Friday. So Monday, if Monday is good for everybody.
Friday, actually, we could spend time with you on Friday for both of us.
Like this coming Friday?
Next
The 23rd?
23rd.
Oh, okay.
What is that?
So we want to do that instead?
Because we could probably do, so you
Because
do
we-
work.
Yeah, we can
Well,
spend
I
some
think they're
time doing a
talking
walk
about just
around.
doing a walk
with
around with
Jay.
Jay.
Oh, you want to do that and
and then we could have
schedule a
a-
facilities meeting?
But could we do the meeting during the days? And you guys don't have to stay late?
The facilities committee meeting? Yeah, no
We
kidding.
can do a walk around in the morning and do a meeting in the afternoon
Sure.
or something.
That works for us then. Nobody's
As
not
long as
getting home till 9
it's
o'clock
not
at
taking
night.
anybody away from any
Yeah.
responsibility.
So you want to do Friday, May 23rd? Do you want to do like 5? What time are you guys wanting to do? Sorry, I'm always used to you guys having to do after work time.
I know.
They want to do the walkthroughs.
No, they were saying to meet.
And, but to have a meeting later.
Yeah, at like.
Or if earlier is
2.
better for you guys, let's do earlier.
Doesn't matter.
That's two's fine.
Noon. 2? 2. I like 2.
2.
o'clock.
2 o'clock on the
And then you
23rd.
guys work with Jay on what time you're
Except
doing
for
your.
you don't really do, Jay.
I'll stay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Done and end up
Two's
with
not
5 kids
before-
in the house.
I think so.
Jay leaves at 2:30.
Kids are here that day.
2:30.
Is that when you leave, Jay? Is
I leave at
2:30?
2:30, yep.
We can move it earlier then.
We could do earlier.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
easy.
fine.
Like 1
One thing
o'clock.
I've got going on the 23rd is they're coming in to replace a couple windows at noon, but it doesn't matter, all I gotta do is show them and they can do their thing, but,
At noon's good anyway. You guys come before then.
Meeting at noon, we'll come before.
okay?
Sound good?
Our meeting's at 1 because he's doing the windows at noon.
That
Plus
works.
we have lunch cleanup. and
I
all
think
that
so.
stuff. Yeah, we have lunch
We'll
cleanup
do our
and all
meeting at
that
1.
stuff
Does
too.
that sound good?
Oh, yeah.
So the official facilities committee meeting is on May 23rd at 1 p.m.
Okay, perfect.
You'll
I'll post that.
Got
you'll
any,
post
commute?
that and then check, see if Rick wants to be on as a,
I was gonna suggest that.
May 23rd at 1 p.m. Okay. I'll
Still
just
gotta
put
find
him on the
something.
calendar invite and then he's
Yeah.
just invited.
otherwise let me know and I'll
You
find
guys
somebody
talked
that
about
wants to.
flip-flop
We had kind of
thing.
talked about it a little bit, but he never really said yes or no. And a lot's gonna depend on how things are going, so.
Oh, that was for me.
Okay,
Oh, I
so
don't
Friday, May
understand anything.
23rd at 1 p.m. Okay, I got that one on there. Okay.
As far as hiring,
Something digital, I was gonna write notes.
have you advertised it?
So, so that would be the next thing I'm gonna talk about.
Okay.
So I am excited because we have 2 applicants for the music position. One is a music teacher and the other one has a music background. So,
Do they wanna be librarians?
so that is something that we can actually put on the interview question if it was something they would be interested in. When I posted the positions today for staff, I said, you know, if you're interested in changing your career, you might be interested in getting that library endorsement, something for you to consider. So I put that out there in the staff announcement today. That's certainly something that we can ask know if the people that we interview would be interested, so we can certainly put that on our
Would
questions.
give us the ability to hire somebody.
Yeah. So, well, either way, we can, I mean, we still can have, out of our Title I funding, the other part of that position can be Title I, if we
Right.
can't double dip, so to
Right.
speak. So like I said, you know, magic fairies, there might be one, and then I
You
would
never
be
know.
lying, right? So today I sent an announcement out to our staff about the library position and the 4th and 5th grade positions, and I did write down that music position also, even though we do have some candidates that we can interview,
Okay.
so we need to get a hiring committee together for that.
So. Okay. We, who else was on there with me? Josh?
So it doesn't have to be the same all the time. It can be- What would be nice though would be to have like one group of people that would be the hiring committee, like for this set of people that
Right.
we're advertising for, so we don't have to always be looking.
I'd like
It
to,
needs to be the same group of people for each position, in my opinion.
For the
Well,
team.
we do all of our,
We
yeah,
have
you would
4
do.
teaching positions open.
when
2 of
you-
them
When
are special.
we do our, we'll do all of the, like all of the music ones, it'll be all at the same day, so you don't have to worry about that.
And you were on it for the paraprofessionals, Cody, you were the person there, yeah. So it'd be nice to have a board member, myself, Mrs. Specht as counselor, and to have a staff member on the committee.
I want to request 2 board members, because it is our responsibility, I guess, would be to make the decisions. But that's my preference.
Yeah, so, I mean, you could discuss that, however, if we only had like a 4 board member voting that day when we were hiring, and 2 of the people had been on the committee, that could cause a conflict. It's just something to think about.
Mm. Yeah, I guess it could, but it's not likely.
It's not likely.
Yeah, I just always, when I was doing it before, it was always 2 board members, so that they were, and we always just took a score.
You're next.
Yeah, if we have 2 board members and we have Mrs. Specht and a regular staff member, I think that's fine. Yeah.
So, and I want to be on the music one, so I don't need to figure that
I could do the music one as well.
out. Okay. So that's the ones we've got.
Yeah, so
Can
those are the
you
ones
get
that
us
we
to
have.
that? Can you then get us to the application so we can
Absolutely.
read them before?
You bet. Yeah.
It's nice to get
So,
them.
And so
you
Yeah.
2 are on this
Yeah,
hiring
for
committee.
the music
And
one.
Shay, and did you have a teacher in mind, or did you just want me to say
I
and
just
one
need a
teacher?
volunteer, just one teacher, yeah. Last time it was Melissa. Melissa was on the last.
teachers here.
Last.
It has to be a certified teacher.
Can't volunteer.
I'd like to have a teacher, yeah. So I can put it out in an email that we need a teacher. You can just put "and one teacher" for
Yep,
now.
I did.
Perfect.
Done.
And so I will, if we can, the people on the committee, if we can meet afterwards and see what dates are available, and then we'll reach out to candidates tomorrow and see if they can come. Okay. Perfect. Thanks. And then for the others, do you guys want to just be on the same for all of them?
That's fine, I like to do
Are you good
the
with that?
hiring, yeah.
I can, if
I
nobody else
enjoy
wants to do it, I guess, but
Okay, that way we just have the hiring committee for right now for what's open.
For the 4 open
I
positions.
I have a music background a little too, so that's why I volunteered for that one, but.
I do too.
Would you like to
Amazing.
get your teaching degree? or- Just asking.
You can give them a provisional.
That's what I'm saying. We even get a
It works
STARS
for
Act
2 years
number
at
for
least.
that.
yeah, is there a conflict though? I mean,
Yeah.
board and the teacher?
Hey, we can just remove him from the board, it's fine.
I'm pretty sure I could find somebody.
Okay.
And then Mrs. Speck, I'm asking if you will.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, you will do this.
Voluntold.
I'd love to have the counselor because the counselor always has a special way of knowing people, and it's just my experience with counselors in general, they just have this insight that other people don't have. I'm like, how is that possible? How is that a thing? So I will reach out
She's
to
saying
them
you have a
tomorrow.
spidey sense.